been here before. We're so lucky to have her back. Please put your hands together for Amy Silverberg.
Give it up for your host. How's everybody doing? Good? All right. I teach intro to writing at USC. That's the nightmare that I live. This last semester I had one of the star football players in my class. I don't know if that interests anyone. I told them that they could write a story about anything, and he wrote a story about wanting to fuck his teacher. It was pretty cool. My name's Amy Silverberg. The teacher in the story was Jamie Goldstein. Pretty wild. In the story, he said that he took her on the handlebars of his bicycle and that she liked it very much. I was like, you get a B+ because you took the teacher's pleasure into account. Not everybody does that. In the beginning of the semester, I picked books for them to read, and one guy goes, what are we gonna read? Is it gonna be exciting? Are there gonna be explosions? Is there gonna be sex? I was like, Virginia Woolf writes about boobs. He goes, what kind? Crazy question. He goes, I want to read The Fast and the Furious. I was like, that's not a book. But there are more Fast and the Furious movies than Men Who've Made Me Come. Thought that would be a fact that you guys would be interested in. I have a student I hate. Why not tell this small group? He's the worst person. He picks his toes when I lecture. In a paper about comedy and stereotypes, he said black people need to calm down. I said, you need to revise this. And he turned it in again and it said, people of color need to calm down. I was like, you motherfucker. I think about him all the time. I want him dead, if I'm honest. I've been playing poker alone in Inglewood, California, regularly. I go to a casino there. I always meet interesting men. There's no women there. And there was a man sitting next to me, and he goes, what do you do? And I said, I'm a writer and I'm a comedian. And he goes, let me think if I can name a female comedian. And then he says, have you ever heard of Lucille Ball? And I thought about all the answers I could give, and I just said no. And I just went on about my business. I met a woman recently, it was a friend of a friend. She told me that she could feel when her ex-boyfriend comes into a new woman. I was like, that's a great talent. We were sitting, eating lunch, and she all of a sudden goes, ooh. And I said, what happened? And she goes, he's at it again. And it was noon on a Tuesday. I can't even feel when my boyfriend comes into me during sex. And she can feel it in a 100-mile radius. Very exciting, very cool. I have a cool mom. Anybody have a cool mom? Yeah, she's like a feminist mom. She's a doctor. Recently she called me, she goes, Amy, listen, if you ever needed an abortion, I have 100 places I could take you any day of the week. And I go, 100 places? You live in Orange County. She goes, 110, tell your friends. She texts me an hour later, she just goes, any day of the week. I was like, that's nice, thank you. I was out to dinner with her and my grandma. My grandma ordered the beef stroganoff, and my mom turns to me and goes, more like beef stroke me off. And I said, what did you just say? And her face was like this. I have no idea where that just came from. She didn't didn't know what she knew. Pretty cool. I went to a bachelorette party recently. Has anybody been to a bachelorette party here? Yes. We played that game where we asked the future husband a bunch of questions in advance, taped him, and then in real time asked the future bride, see if their answers matched up. So the questions were like, where's the craziest place you had sex? And when did you know that you were in love? We asked her, what's your deepest, darkest secret? And Lindsay said, oh man, I knew what he would have said. I like having my nipples played with and sucked. We were like, is that a secret? She goes, I'm afraid that when I have a baby, it's going to nurse, and I'm going to get turned on and come. So we go, what the fuck? Then we turn her boyfriend on the fiance on the monitor, and he goes, Lindsay's deepest, darkest secret. She once had Jack in the Box 3 nights in a row. She said, please don't tell anyone. I obviously messed that up. I feel bad about it.